dear President of the European People's Party, dear Manfred, dear President of the European Commission, dear Ursula, dear President of the European Parliament, dear Roberta, dear colleagues and friends. It's a pleasure and honor for me to speak to you today as Federal Chancellor of Austria and new Chairman of the Austrian People's Party. This is a very special day for me, and I have seen quite a number of special days over these last few months. If someone had told me on New Year's Eve that I would come to Valencia as leader of the ÖVP and Federal Chancellor, I would have declared that person insane. Or, as my father put it, our local soccer team is more likely to win the Champions League than you are to become Chancellor. Well, he was proven wrong, at least in one respect. Our soccer team is still playing in the district league. But who knows, life is full of surprises, and I have learned to expect the unexpected, particularly over these last few weeks and months. So I decided to take responsibility and take this path together with my friends in the Austrian People's Party, many of whom are also here today. Thank you for being here with me. What we have also witnessed is that extremes in politics are on the rise, posing ever more challenges, both in Austria and across Europe and the world. These developments have made one thing very clear. In times such these, our People's Party is needed more than ever. Unlike all other political groups, we identify and address problems, always tackling them within the framework of our principles and values. Whereas the left doesn't want to see the problems, and the right doesn't want to solve the problems. Dear colleagues and friends, these recent government negotiations had dragged on for 5 months, the longest period in Austrian history. Had not been for us, Austria would have fallen in chaos and might be preparing for new elections right now. We were fully aware of our responsibility. This also included negotiations with the Freedom Party. I was harshly criticized for taking this step, but we knew that we had to act to prevent chaos. From the very beginning, however, I had made it very clear that we would never deviate from our principles and values. Protection of the rules of law, human rights, freedom of the press, rights of minorities, and our firm place at the heart of the European Union were non-negotiable. We all know how it ended. The FPÖ was unable to meet these conditions. Dear friends, the times are turbulent wherever we look. What is therefore needed? More than ever is a powerful, strong, and confident, reliable European Union, its strength, its unity, its shared values. Because the challenges we are facing today are far too complex to be managed alone. Only together we will be able to safeguard our prosperity and competitiveness. Only together we will be able to address climate change, the challenges of irregular migration or terrorism. Only together we will be able to respond resolutely to Russia's aggression against Ukraine and contribute to a just and lasting peace. Let's never forget that unity is our greatest power. But one thing is also clear. We must turn words into deeds. Enormous challenges lie ahead, challenges to be addressed and solved. First, migration, irregular migration, must be stopped once and for all. Although we have made significant progress in these last few months, Far too many irregular migrants are still making it into the EU every single day. But we are finally on the right track. Also thanks to the European Commission and especially the Commissioner Magnus Brunner, who is running for EPP Vice President. Magnus Brunner is the essential driving force behind these new, more appropriate approaches in the EU migration policy. With him, the EPP can ensure that we make progress on managing migration. May I use this opportunity to ask you to support his candidacy. Thank you. The second key topic is Europe's competitiveness. In Austria, we are the third year of recession. Our economy is struggling with high energy prices and too much red tape. Instead of making the best rules, the EU must again make the best products. Especially when our transatlantic relations are being put to the test, Europe needs to reinvest into its own strengths and work on its strategic autonomy. Because for far too long have we outsourced our security to the USA, our energy supply to Russia, and our prosperity to China. The new initiatives taken by the European Commission to reduce these dependencies are going in the right direction. The Competitiveness Compass key initiatives to strengthen our European defense industries or new free trade negotiations with India and the United Arab Emirates, to mention but a few. I am confident that we will succeed with important EPP members in central positions, especially Ursula von der Leyen as President of the European Commission and Manfred Weber as President of the EPP. And with Friedrich Merz, the right man will soon be leading Germany, because a strong Germany will be good for Europe. Dear friends, times are indeed challenging, but also full of opportunities. I always say, never waste a good crisis. And this is what we should do. Let's join forces and turn this crisis into an opportunity. Especially when times are rough, it is the European People's Party that needs to take responsibility and turn the tide. Together we will lead Europe through these turbulent times. Thank you for your attention.